So I'm going to start by, I'm going to put Hempfield High School in here, materials and processes, and then the year you can put in. If you want to put your name here, that's fine. Anything school appropriate that you want to put on there, you don't have to put what I'm doing. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I'll go over here, and I'm going to put in a text box. So I'm going to go to the text tool, and I'm just going to drag that in there, and I'm going to start typing. After I have that typed up, I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to center align it. And then if I look at my text box, just like we did earlier with the red box, it's not currently centered. So I'm going to center this. I'm going to type in 7 so that it's perfectly centered on my ruler, and then I can play with placement, play with the text size a little bit. So if I want to highlight, maybe make Hempfield High School a little bit bigger. And I'll make materials and processes a little bit bigger. And see how I push my text underneath? You may have to open this up to get that last line. So I might just leave that where it is. So I've got some text on there. Again, you want to put your name on there, favorite sports team, that's up to you. Now I'm ready to maybe put a graphic in there. So for me, I'm going to use Hempfield logo. Again, anything school appropriate is fine. You can go up to object and you can insert an object, or you can simply browse to your folder that you have it saved to. I would recommend wherever you're saving your ruler, you have your images as well. So I'm going to go to my ruler folder, and I've got the Hempfield logo downloaded. Just a note, whenever you're downloading something, just look for the best quality you can. And all you have to do is drag and drop that anywhere in your file, and it'll bring that in for you. And we can resize this. We're going to clean this up. The laser cutter is going to etch things that are in grayscale. If I want them to all etch the same, I've got to change this red to black so it burns nice and deep in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to trace my bitmap. So I have my bitmap selected, and I'm going to try just a logo trace. This is a larger image, that's telling me I have to reduce it. I'll say, yeah, okay. The top box is the original. The bottom box is what it's tracing for you, so it's going to clean that up a little bit. Now I have automatically removed background on. So if you don't have that checked, you'll get the white itself. I don't want that part. You could also check if you want to delete your original image, you can. I'll show you the difference here when we get out of here. If it doesn't automatically select the color, you can go to specify, and you can go out here and you can click in the color that you want to remove. This part inside the helmet here, I can go back and delete that later on. So I'm going to hit OK on that. And then I'm going to drag the image over here. This is my original image. This is what was just traced. So you see if I hold that, it has outlines and everything. So you can keep your original image in here for now, but I'm going to go ahead and edit a few things in here. So the first thing, this is all put together as one object. So I'm going to go and I'm going to ungroup the object. And then I'm going to try to select some of these pieces up here, and I'm going to turn those, left click, and I'm going to turn those to black so they etch nicely. This center one I think I'm just going to delete, so select and delete. And then the same thing with Hempfield. If I want that to burn nicely, I'll go up and select those to black. Now notice it filled in the D and the P, so I'm going to select that, hit delete on those two pieces so that looks nice and crisp. Now if I go to try to move this around, this is going to move all those different little pieces. So I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to go and I'm going to regroup this so that when I resize it to put on my ruler, it all sizes and moves together. Otherwise, you can have a mess when you're trying to move things around. So we'll shrink this up to fit on my ruler. And let's say I want to have that kind of centered between the 1 and the 2, somewhere around there. So if I want, I can type in that exact value. So I can say, okay, well, I want this to be at 2.5. So it's centered right in between there. And if I want one on the other side, I could use that step and repeat. I can just copy and paste it and drag it over there. So if I want to do like Control D, I can grab this, I can bring it over and say, okay, well, let's line this up between the 10 and the 11. And I could come up here and I can say, okay, well, I want this to be exactly 11.5. So it's perfect. So you can add as many graphics as you want to fit down in that area, add your name, and then when you're finished, you want to make sure that you save this. And then your instructor will help you laser cut this.